Welcome back to Hyena's Den. Bradley Kerwin and Eliseo Garcia. How y'all doing today? So today we got 3 beers we're going to go ahead and review. One's a Einstök from Norway, which is a white ale.
More. I think they were a little bit more. It's an Icelandic white ale.
This one is made with the...
And some other words that I
classic
butcher trying to pronounce.
Yeah. This is made with the classic Norwegian style of making white beers, so it's closer to the beers that they drank back in the day, instead of the brewing process that we use today. Probably been updated a little bit, but we'll get more into that later.
Well, modernization and all.
Yeah, slight modernization.
They're not making it in a vat in a hut, somewhere.
As far as we know. And then we have London Premier, England, going around the world here a bit. And then we're going to finish off with Eichigo Red Ale from Japan.
Yeah.
Nippon.
So the third one we kind of were on the fence about whether we were just going to drink those or include them in the review.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was you or me kind of came up with the idea of, hey, we should do beers based on...
Access and Allies. The war.
On places that had contention with each other and see who would win, and see if it held up to historical winning and losing.
So this might be a fucking little sub thing that we're doing for at least the next couple of episodes.
We're easily entertained, and this is just one of those things. But yeah, it was common for the Vikings back in the day to.
This is a bottle, which is you can keep talking.
Yeah, for the Vikings of the time to raid the coastline of England, and I think they went everywhere. But historically, what's really written about is England. They went to Ireland, they invaded France, they did all kinds of stuff. They made crazy inroads inland.
You've all seen all the shows, Viking and what have you, on Netflix or whatever documentaries.
History
you watch.
Channel,
history class. If you've been to college. So you guys know that the Vikings, they really were the pioneers from back in the day. They were, probably the first to go everywhere.
Well, Leif Erikson.
They even got all the way down
was one
to
of the,
South America, I believe.
One of the most famous explorers. He was the long-bearded, axe-wielding Magellan of his time.
And they, like I said, I think they got down to South America well before fucking the English did. But,
Or the Spanish.
Britannia, so...
Yeah.
It's kind of why we say Christopher Columbus.
It's a hot day, so I'm gonna pop these open because these are nice and cold, and I want to drink them.
Yeah. So on the back, as you can see, as I showed you the label and the design that they use for their labels, front and back, and for the cap. It's a very classic look on it, but I guess that's what they're going for the classic, style of beer that they're making. This company has 2 other beers that we've seen. They might have more in their own country, but they have 2 more at the Bevmo that we go to. So we'd probably try those at some point. So Einstök, Ulgurd.
Told you, there's going to be some of these words.
Ulgurd. It's Einstök Ulgurd. Our quest was simple. We wanted to make the best white ale ever. Ever tasted. Jesus Christ. We got there with the complex flavors of the classic wheat beer, which is white beer, including orange peel and coriander.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have figured that one out.
Want me to take a look at the second part?
Yes, please. All brewed.
So all brewed with pure Icelandic water and a touch of oats that deliver a cool smoothness that is uniquely flavorful and refreshingly drinkable. Then some Nordic.
Drink
the last 3. Drektu Sigradu Indiraktu. I don't know. It just
definitely the Latin pronunciation of those words.
Most likely, I just
drink, be merry, and be happy. That's going to be my guess. Let's go to Google.
Either that, or I just summon demons via the Necronomicon.
Yeah. Brewed and bottled by Einstök Ulgurd, EHF. Okay, that's whatever. Unfiltered. Ooh. This, I believe, is 9% alcohol.
Hey.
I believe.
I missed that part. Which is pretty strong for
a white ale.
Yeah.
Beers in general.
The darker they get, usually the stronger they get.
Yeah.
Interesting. Unfiltered. Drink, conquer, repeat.
Drink, conquer, repeat.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Axe's.
I'm a big fan of the normal.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
Reminds me a lot of what's that orange beer with the fucking mohawk? Orange beer with the mohawk. Come on, I know you guys know it.
Shock Top.
Shock Top. Yep.
There you go. Man, I haven't had Shock Top in a while. Whereas
I haven't had it
Shock
since the
Top
last
is like a heavy, like a strong orange flavor to it.
So as for a hot day beer, so far as I'm sipping on it,
I like the label because it's textured.
it's like like have you ever seen? I don't know if you can see it. Have you ever seen a fancy business card, like the really nice ones printed on the paper? That's what this feels like.
Yeah.
It has that texture, the lines in it. Like I said, it has a classic cream look to it. I like it. It's simple, and it gets its point across. You know, I mean, look at the axes at the bottom there.
I dig it, man.
Oh, and the glasses we are using, we got from
Bear Republic.
Yeah, a bar called The Republic. They had a promo where you buy beer from the company, which is Bear Republic, and you get the mug. So if you want to check them out, check them out. We tried the beer. I don't really have a good review on that because it was more of, hey, I wanted a glass and a sticker, so I bought the beer, and it was rather cheap. It was $4 for a
I think there was a
so.
choice of like 3 different beers. One was good, and I don't really remember the other 2.
That's it for the Einstök Old-Gerd. That fucking, you can correct me on that, I don't give a shit. But I'm 95% sure that's how it's said.
It was good.
From my mind palace.
I liked it a lot. Obviously, I polished it off pretty quickly. So.
Yeah, it's a refreshing beer. It's I'm not gonna say it's a light beer because if you've ever drinking an American light beer, you know that America's have
half water.
I mean, our regular beer is light beer across half the fucking drinking world. But it's not a heavy beer. I would definitely say that it tastes like a light beer for a foreign country. What was Norway's? Like, where were they at in the war? They're not like a big hitter, so.
Well, so that was kind of the thing. Well, yeah, I mean, you're talking about World War II again, or
World War II.
Okay. So obviously, you have your heavy hitters when it came to Axis and Allies. Obviously, you had on the Axis of evil portion, you had Germany, Italy, and Japan for the.
Pause real quick. If you don't know that the Axis were the bad guys, the
Yes.
Allies were the good guys.
You might be a Nazi.
That, or please pick up a book. So that's my PSA for the day.
Just channel your inner archer.
Read.
Oh my God! Read a book.
Yeah, right. Please go on.
For the Allies, the main core of the group was, obviously the U.S., England, and Russia. One of the few times that we, even then, it was kind of a contentious, it was frenemies kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, I mean, you had, oh yeah,
There's more in here.
Oh yeah, that's just, I think it's just over a pint.
That's a beer.
Yeah.
So overall, where were they?
But the thing is that there were dozens of countries that actually contributed to this. Canada fought in World War II. We had some of our best sappers and engineers and demolitionists.
That's where we got Sapper School from, was from Canadians.
They were amazing. They're still amazing. I always get this confused. It was an Australian who still holds the furthest kill, right? Or is it Canadian?
No, the furthest confirmed kill is a Canadian.
Canadian.
Dude, and that is
scary people.
He had to take into
He probably
account.
apologized after he did it too, though.
It was 3 shots, 2 misses, 1 hit, and it was windage, the curvature of the earth, the fall of the
Coriolis
bullet,
effect.
and all that got taken into account. The Canadian was it. So Norway
Over
in the
a mile
war,
away,
good
right?
guys. Norway in the war, they didn't do much because of the population cap overall compared to America and the other countries in the war at the time wasn't as high. So they were part of the war. They played a big part in the war.
Yeah.
But as for roles overall per capita, they committed just as many soldiers and equipment
By percentage.
by
Oh, yeah.
percentage. but they weren't like England or the Europes, because they were definitely there, and America, which we gave what we had.
Right.
So there's your education for the day.
Yeah. And I gotta look it up too. I can't remember which country it was, but during the Blitzkrieg, whenever Germany was just rampaging across Europe, moving from east to west, they came across a country that they reached out to and said, hey, surrender. We outnumber you 2-1. This was in a country where everybody was armed, everybody. And they said, essentially, we're going to stampede through you. What are you going to do? And they said, you outnumber us 2-1. We're going to shoot twice and then go home. That's amazing.
That's Switzerland, I think.
No, Switzerland was they were.
No, the Swiss were what country is it?
They were no man's land.
Iceland. No, not Iceland.
It was something like that.
But it's one of those. It's one of these Nordish countries.
They just
that sat there, and they still have that law where you have to serve, but when you get out of the military, you keep your service rifle. So everybody in that country is armed.
All I typed in was shoot twice, and it automatically filled it in with shoot twice and go home. It was Switzerland.
Boom. But they didn't take part in the actual war. They were just left alone, because you don't argue with somebody that says, yeah, come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody else says, no, go home. And they're just like, come,
yeah.
Come, let's see how these cards fall. I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Molan Lab, come, take.
What? How do you like that?
Germany's talking to Switzerland. How many soldiers could Switzerland mobilize if we were to invade? 500,000 within 2 days. And if we invade with 1 million troops, we shoot twice and go home. Man.
Yeah, I mean, you don't invade a country like that. But, I mean, come on. Points on pulling that out of there.
That's pretty rad.
Mind Palace. That's a reference to Sherlock Holmes. No, I don't have a mind palace. I'm not autistic like him.
So, here is our rebuttal to the Vikings invading. So this is the Trooper. This is one that I pointed out. I'm a big Iron Maiden fan, so I like heavy metal. But the Trooper.
A bit heavy for my taste. Let's hope the beer is just as heavy, because I do like heavy beers.
Yeah. So it's obviously a lot darker than what we had just had, but it's Trooper premium British beer. It's from Cheshire, England. The alcohol percentage is about half of the Einstök. Yeah.
But you get twice as much beer.
Yeah. It's kind of
about a quarter more beer.
Yeah. So and it says charged with flavor. Obviously, saying how as big an Iron Maiden fan is, or that I am, I'm forgetting Homeboy's name.
Onward, onward, road to the 600. The charge of the Light Brigade, which has inspired the Iron Maiden song "The Trooper," took place in the Battle of Balaclava in 1854. During the
Balaclava. You know what a balaclava is?
Yeah. That's not balaclava.
That's balaclava.
That is balaclava.
Yeah. During the Crimean War, when 600 British cavalry courageously charged the massed Russian artillery. Balls on these guys riding horses, charging artillery. This gallant but foolhardy assault resulted in a massive loss of life and came about due to a misunderstanding of an order given by the commanding officer, Lord Raglan.
But see, that's why the English needs to fix their language.
You got mush mouth. The teeth.
You don't question when they say go kill somebody. You just be like, yeah, that's definitely where. Charlie, you heard the same thing, right? Oh yeah, definitely. He said we should go over there and murder some people.
I mean, that's not what I heard, but I don't ask twice.
Sounds like a good time.
This is when you learn to ask twice.
Yeah. So that's it. Iron Maiden.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, that's smooth as fuck.
Woo. That's tart.
It's not.
This is definitely a dry beer.
Yeah, but it's more like a Newcastle. It tastes like blood and pennies. It's very irony.
It's a heavy beer like that. It definitely.
I
would drink this after a fight. Get the taste of fucking blood out of my mouth.
Or just make you think it was beer.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been in a fight, but even if you're the winner, you're really not a winner.
The Trooper, or the Iron Maiden mascot, his name's Eddie. Jesus.
Eddie the Skellington?
also known as Eddie the Head, as the mascot for the British heavy metal band Iron Maiden. He's a perennial fixture of the group's artwork, appearing in all of their album covers, as well as most of their singles. Good old Eddie.
Like I said, I've heard Iron Maiden. They don't make it onto my personal playlist. It's definitely something that gets into the rotation every once in a while. But for me personally, I'm not into the I'll listen to Bach better than I'll listen to heavy metal. It's very true. I'll take fucking classical over heavy metal any day of the week.
Good God, Iron Maiden. They had a first-person shooter. Wow.
But Iron Maiden, they're kind of...
They're
a thing. They're a thing. They're like the Beatles of heavy metal. Going back to Iron Maiden, Iron Maiden's beer...
I like it.
Trooper Premium British Beer with 4.7% alcohol, charged with flavor. Okay, so what they're saying...
It does have kind of a tart...
It's a bit, like I said, of a drier beer. This is a beer, if they made a 6-pack of it and sell it affordably, would definitely be in my fridge every day.
I like it.
It's a drinkable beer. It doesn't fill you up. From what I'm getting, me drinking it right now, it's not a beer that fills me up. But the same thing with the Einstök. I could probably drink about 6 of those without feeling bloated or full. The same thing with this beer. I would definitely, for women that have issues with feeling bloated, that don't like feeling bloated, would say the Norwegian beer would definitely be the way to go for you. It's a white ale, and white ales are notorious lighter on the stomach. The darker beers are definitely
and you get that higher alcohol content, so you get...
So be careful.
Well, yes. But none of the drawbacks that come back with, like the heavier beers.
Heavy flavor, fucking heaviness on your stomach. You could definitely have this with a steak or a salad.
That sounds so good right now.
So this is, like I said, an everyday beer. It pairs well with a lot of different foods. I probably wouldn't have this with anything exotic. So not with like anything Indian.
I wouldn't have Chinese food
or sushi with it. So anything from the Asian area would not drink with this beer. But anything in the American or
Sapporo.
English.
That would go good.
Sapporo, we're gonna do a review on Sapporo and a couple other Japanese beers. So we'll go.
It's called Ramen Naruto. Very Newcastle-y, but like a lighter Newcastle. Newcastle is dark. You almost have to chew it. It's a thick beer.
Yeah, but this isn't as heavy. Like a Newcastle,
that's what I'm saying. This is a
sit
lot
heavy
lighter
on your stomach. At 4.7, like I said, it's something I would, if it was, a more affordable, definitely keep it in the fridge. As a novelty, yeah, I'll drink it, like I said, for this. But it's nothing like, what we have last week was the Monty Python beer.
Yeah. That one was good too.
That one was a
I
great
actually
beer,
like these better.
But that one I would definitely have with somebody on a Monty Python night or something.
Yeah.
Like if I, brought a
themed
nice
event.
young woman home, then I would put on Monty Python. If she was into Monty Python, put that in and bust out 2 of those beers.
Even if she wasn't into
awesome.
Monty Python, she would be after she watched it.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. But, nobody from our generation doesn't know Monty Python.
How dare they?
Holy Hand Grenade.
The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What a great
Ready Player
fucking
One.
name, Antioch. Yeah. Good times. I like this.
Our nerddom is showing.
Oh,
But you can tell that he didn't like this beer as much as the other one because he's not downing it nearly as fast.
but then I've also been a little distracted doing some research. So
Not so much that. And this
and I'm kind of hungry.
is a much lighter beer.
That's true. That one's just easier to get through.
Yeah, that's why I said
True.
For ladies or Nancy boys, this would be definitely the beer for you. It's a higher alcohol content, so you don't have to drink as much. Unfortunately, it goes down very fast, so you'll probably...
It's a hot day, so that probably helped too.
Yeah.
It's in the 80s, which isn't super
Check
hot,
out
but
since
it's
you-
our first really warm day.
All right, so we finished our beer.
It was good. I liked it.
Overall review, your opinion of Iron Maiden. Hold on, before you suck their dick. No, suck their dick first, actually. I like crushing drinks.
No. I really feel like we should have played some Iron Maiden while we did this.
Copyright issues, we can't.
Oh, bummer.
I mean, you
no,
gave
it
me
was
written
good.
permission. We'll definitely redo this. we'll redo an entire episode of whatever beers they make.
Oh yeah, I'll drink this
memorabilia.
again. Yeah. No, it was excellent. So much like a Newcastle, but much lighter. It has I like sour beers, as I had mentioned in previous episodes, but it has a tart, kind of an aftertaste, but it's also, after a while, it's a little sweet. But I liked it a lot. It's a strong beer in flavor. Yeah. It's about average when it comes to its alcohol content. Most American beers fall between that 4 and 5% alcohol content range. So
between 3 and 5.
Between 3 and 5.
American beer,
especially if you include the lights and all that.
Lights
crap.
are like the 2.5s.
Ugh.
So that's his review on it. Mine personally, like I said, it was a tart. It was flavorful. Definitely something, if it was cheaper, more affordable, I would keep it in the fridge. I would drink it.
Were we supposed to have drank it room temp?
No.
I mean British beers. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I have.
I would. I don't know. That's something we should research.
Is that a matter of desperation or?
No, laziness mostly.
Yeah.
Buy a case of beer, drink a case of beer, put the rest inside the fridge. Keep 3 or 4 out for me.
But see, you would put the rest in the fridge.
I hate the beers in that in-between point.
Yeah,
it's like, it's not cold. It's,
yeah.
So that's definitely Iron Maiden. I like it. I'd recommend it. But for its price, I wouldn't say it's something that I would get. Like, it's a tart, dry beer. I would classify this as
it was a 4-pack,
light.
right?
Yeah, it's a 4-pack. That's a little more than a pint.
And it was $7, $8, $10.
That's 8 beers.
I mean, you're spending $2 a beer.
That's not bad.
$2.50.
That's not bad.
Nah. We've done worse.
Yeah. So beer overall, I like it. Recommend for drinking it, but for
like day-to-day consumption, nah.
Yeah, I mean, if it was cheaper, I'd definitely keep the fridge stocked with them. But
I mean, with the frequency that I drink,
you get a can, you drink a can. So you're drinking 2 beers just off the get.
Sure.
I like it. Would recommend it.
I like it a lot.
Overall, buy again. I'd maybe buy again. Like I was saying, this I would classify, if they made a light IPA, that would be it. It's not a filling beer. It tastes kind of like an IPA, but it's not an IPA.
To me, oddly enough, I didn't get that.
Different flavor products?
Yeah, I got a lot of like a wheat.
All right. Next we're trying.
All right, Japanese beer time.
All right, so London's part in the war. Fantastic. English. You needed our help. Sucks to suck, nerd. On to Japan.
Yeah. Oh, so I mean, I guess in that vein, which did you like better?
We're not there yet.
Well, I mean, between these two.
Oh, definitely Norway.
Okay. I liked it a lot too. Man, that's not a tough choice. They're both very good. You know what? Oddly enough, I'm going to go with the English on this one. It was just a stronger flavor. It was just stronger.
It was a stronger flavor.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm a fan of IPAs. It had a IPA tint to it. But I personally think the white ale killed it between the two.
So I guess we're calling this one a draw, seeing as how England still survived, even though the Vikings raided them mercilessly.
So we have Eichigo Red Ale, and as you can see, it's a very, sakura petals and a swan?
Cherry blossoms.
Oh, yeah,
It's
cherry
a crane.
blossoms. Yeah, crane. There you go.
There you go. That's why I was thinking red crane earlier.
So that's what it is. It's an import beer.
Ooh, interesting.
And as you can see, this beer is dark as all hell. We'll show you in a second here. Put that right there. And look how dark that beer is. It's darker than the last beer.
Yeah, this is darker
the
than
darkest beer.
that English beer even. So.
All right, Ichigo,
Yeah,
which is a famous anime name.
Poured mine badly.
This has a good taste or a good smell to it. Tastes like a porter though.
it's sweet.
Yeah.
So not as like when I think of porters, I love porters, but that's like a dessert almost that you would order after a meal or something like that.
I definitely would have this on the daily.
No, but it's good. It's sweet. I like sugary stuff. Interesting. Clean up that mustache.
It's kind of hard to get a flavor profile on it, though. You definitely get the fizz. You taste the carbonation, or you can feel the carbonation.
Because it's more carbonated than the other two.
Yeah. When you drink it, it doesn't taste like a dry beer, but the after in your mouth dries a bit. Oh, the alcohol content on it is not high, only at 6% alcohol. So it's on the higher end of American beers.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you know anything about the Japanese culture. They love drinking.
Oh.
Like I already said, everybody says, oh no, our country loves drinking. No, it is, if your boss goes out.
As hardworking as their society is, it's one of their main outlets after a hard day's work.
Yeah.
So
they go to wherever they go after
they
work.
have a karaoke bar that they frequent, and and it's not necessarily a bad thing. 'Cause,
What's that Netflix anime with the fox?
Which one? Boy.
It's a girl fox.
That's what I'm saying. Like, boy, that does not narrow it down.
No, it does. There's Netflix. It's literally produced by Netflix, and it's this
Wait,
heavy metal fox.
It's
Boom.
Agretzko.
Yep, aggressive.
Yeah.
Watch that. It gives you an overall outlook.
She's rad, man.
Into the office like of Japanese business.
Yeah. Shitty bosses, dumbass coworkers, and heavy metal.
But it also shows the drinking culture that
Red
they
Skull.
do.
There's not much that like in the way of it. So this is more of what I would compare to like American beers, where you just buy a case and you pull a bottle out and you pop that. You know what you're getting. In that.
Yeah.
It's it's a Miller. It's a Coors. It's whatever. In that the labeling it's the name, and that's fucking it. Whereas a lot of these, I mean, I honestly, we do go and we pick out some unique beers whenever we make a trip to Bevmo or wherever we go. And they have a story to them or a little bit of background information or some kind of insight.
Yeah, like both of these beers.
Yeah.
They gave you a little bit of what they are.
But yeah, this one, it's, I mean,
just more, but I mean, the Japanese...
You get what you got.
The Japanese beers are like that, though. If you go after their sake, which is their rice wine, you can get a lot. Their bottles have a lot of fucking history in them, and then the labels, they have all that, like the beers do. But their beers, not so much. Their beers they try to make it a higher content, only because that might be why the fucking Asians. That might be why Asian culture gets drunker faster off of less beer, which I think is a win.
The Asian blush.
Yeah,
it's cost effective. If anything.
Definitely.
But what I was going to say is,
jelly.
So you know the oni, which is the Japanese word for demon. Did you know that they actually have a liquor oni?
Yes.
It's just...
it's their version of whiskey.
Man, I kind of... No, it can be locked up into sake. But they have a... I'm going to look this up now because I just remembered it.
I think when we do the Sapporo, we might do as well. He'll get ramen, I'm going to get sushi. And then we'll do a hot sake. So we'll do one Sapporo, and then we'll share a bottle of hot sake. Only because we're going to be driving down there, and we're going to have to drive back at some point. So, but I will do that, and then we're also going to visit a ramen place. But a lot of ramen places don't serve beer, so that might just be a spoof episode. Not even an episode. That'll just be like a spoof thing that we do on the Instagram, Snapchat, and that shit.
Yeah. I don't feel that there's anything special about this beer. It's good. I'll drink it. Which
Yeah.
always sounds kind of weird. Because,
It's like a Miller.
Oh, I'll drink it. I'm
a
not an
Miller.
alcoholic. There are some that I'm just like, fuck.
I'll
that.
drink
That's
it is
rough.
more of a
Ugh.
statement of if somebody brings it, yes, I will have it. Like Miller.
You don't turn down free beer.
No, Miller. Or no, Coors. I'll drink Miller. Coors, I will not drink. Coors Light, anything with Coors on it, I will not drink. Because that, to me, I don't even get to enjoy drinking the beer. Hell, I don't even enjoy getting drunk off it. After a quarter of one can, I get a massive raging headache. I don't know what the shit is in there, but I do not enjoy that beer. I'm not enjoying it.
It's good and I'll drink it, but it's nothing special. Again.
As I'm drinking it, halfway through the beer, can honestly say would not get it again.
It's
wouldn't
dry.
give
Like,
it-
my mouth is dry as fuck right now because
Yeah.
of it.
It kind of makes you want to drink something else, in my opinion. The flavor's not there. It's dark water. It's not heavy on the stomach.
No.
It has a higher percentage than the Iron Maiden, but it's
So this one tasted so much better.
yeah. There's not as much flavor in this.
Yeah.
Heavy carbonation, so you get like the
Which I'm
bubbles,
feeling right now.
Right. I mean, you've seen me a couple times go, because you get heavy carbonation in your system with this.
I think this is one of their. Whereas these are kind of like premium beers or whatever. This is like this is
a premium.
which is what they say. But I feel like this is the Japanese answer to like a very basic American dark beer.
No.
Excuse me. See, case in point.
Heavy carbonation.
Ugh. I mean, I'd drink it just if that was the only option, or if it was the best option on the menu. But
I really hope this is not the best option on their menus.
nah, this is getting a 5.5 on a 10 scale for me.
Really?
I think
All right,
that's one of
so-
the lower scores that I've given 2.
We're
Not
busting
the lowest.
into the scales here, so we're gonna go ahead and do this portion now. Ichigo, I'm going 3 out of 10. It wasn't a terrible beer, but there's nothing about it that I can honestly say takes note. This is a beer that, to me, tastes and looks like dark water.
As dry as my mouth is, I think I'm going to down it to a 5.
Fine.
It's losing another half point.
Yeah. So there's nothing special about the beer. Yes, I'll drink it if somebody brings it, but that's not saying much for me personally. If it's not Coors, I'll probably drink it. But there's nothing of note about this beer that I can honestly say. The label's great, but I can't drink the label.
But yeah,
Well, there's a lot going on in the label. It's very eye-catching.
pretty.
So this was in the section of Japanese beers, and the reason why I chose it is it catches your eye.
Yeah, it's that crimson red label that
Yeah.
just looks.
Well, it has the Japanese
it's a
beauty.
pretty
It has
color.
the sakuras, it has the cranes, the fucking...
which is quintessential Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, other than they great on the bottle, work on your beer, go with the simpler label.
Yeah.
Wasting too much money on the wrong thing. The alcohol content is a bit higher, but we drink for flavor, not for fucking... I mean, for that, we'd be drinking vodka and whiskey. So,
Jaeger
3 out of 10.
or Fireball.
Oh, definitely. Fireball. Jaeger, that's 6 to your stomach lining.
Wait, what?
Jaeger, 6 to your stomach lining.
It does?
No, not literally,
Ah.
but you'll be drunk for hours off of
Oh.
Jaeger. Like
I've had some blackouts.
Yeah, you could drink Fireball, drink some water, and be perfectly fine. But so like I said, 3 out of 10 for the Japanese beer. For Iron Maiden, that had a lot of flavor to it. It was a great beer, but I would class it against American IPAs as a light IPA. I'm giving that one 5 out of 10.
I'm gonna go a bit higher. I like the flavor a lot.
Well,
It was strong.
heavy difference between us. I love IPAs. So that one, to me, tasted like an IPA, but it wasn't like up to IPA standard.
Yeah, I'm still gonna give it a. That one was a 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. For the Einstök, I'm gonna say that one was good. I'm trying not to be biased with the fact that we had just walked in. It was a very hot day, and we just I've been working on bikes all day, and I've been outside for most of the day.
And that was the first beer.
And that was the first beer, and so it was very refreshing. But I get the feeling too that it would be refreshing almost no matter what activities you would just partake in it. But that one was good.
You could not drink it with a heavy steak though.
No, I would go with the Trooper.
Yeah,
with a steak.
If I had a
as a compliment.
If I had a sirloin,
yeah,
rare.
Your point. I mean, your judgment probably would have gone up had you had a meal to accompany it with.
Yeah. With the Iron Maiden, probably would have if I had a good meal with it.
This is me, again walking in after a hot day, grabbing an Einstök. Still good. I'm gonna say 8.5. It was good.
8.5.
That's a good
high.
Yeah.
I think that might be his highest yet.
It was good. I liked it. I think I finished right before yours.
That's true. The Einstök was great. It was a fantastic beer, and like we said, like he said, the label catches your eye. It's
minimalistic almost. For the Einstök.
You have a lot of going on.
I like that. I like
on.
empty space.
And just a lot of bright colors for beers. They're like red lights, basically. And then this is just like a simple, nice business card that you just see.
Yep, texture.
It catches the eye, and you notice it. So we deliberated, and that was the first beer we chose because it's a simple beer. The description of the beer is well put.
Old school. With some, it was an old school approach in their brewing.
In a brewing process to a classic
with some
beer.
added flavors. It was awesome.
The only thing they added was the orange
coriander
and the coriander.
Yeah.
So other than that, their brewing process was overall the same for this beer that it was back in the day, and that might be why it goes down so well, is because it's lasted ages.
Yeah. If you do something right, keep doing it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
3.
Yeah, not great.
Hard 3. That tastes like sparkling water. That's what this tastes like.
It was a little thicker for me, which I think made it worse. Because I got dry mouth.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like sparkling water, you don't get like.
I think with sparkling water, at least you'd have some salivation going on or something.
Yeah.
I'm struggling right now.
There was no flavor to this.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Heiden's Den for today. Like I said, we reviewed Norwegian beer, English beer, and Japanese beer. Unfortunately, the Japanese have lost this round just like they lost the war. Norway, for me, came out on top. And the English came out on top for him, so there's still a tie between Norway and England. We might break the tie later. Like I said, they have 3 more beers, and the English have plenty of beers. But also, we need to see if the English beers need to be drank warm or cold, which is a heavy difference. He won't drink one warm.
I don't know, man. I'll try it, but ugh.
It's not like
I love cold beer.
It's not like drinking a Corona or some shit like that. And it's actually rather refreshing if you have the right beer.
I'll try it.
So if we get a beer that's supposed to be drank warm, then we'll drink it warm and he'll let you know what he thinks about it. Like I said, for me personally, some beers are meant to be drank warm and they're rather refreshing in their proper state.
Very true.
Yeah. So I got 7, 5, 3 for the beers in order. 7, 5, and 3.
I had a 8.5 for the Einstök. I had I think it was a solid 7 for the Trooper. And then I had a 5. Man, I think I'm going to revise that. As it's getting worse.
As it goes on.
Yeah.
Like, you get cotton mouth from it.
This motherfucker's a 4 or a 3.5 for me.
So we're going to go 3.5.
Ugh.
7. And 8.5 for Bradley on the beers in ascending order.
Descending.
Ascending.
It's going down.
3.5.
Ah, I see what you're saying.
8. So, ascending order. All right, so try Einstök, Olgard.
Super good.
Definitely.
Try the Trooper too. It was good. Have a meal though. Eat something with it.
Definitely
something with a protein.
burger, like a steak.
Have a burger.
If
or
you're a
steak.
vegan, then
Kind of the side of the tacos.
you can drink this one.
Yeah.
If you're,
I'd say a steak. Though.
if you're a vegan.
Yeah, less on the carbs if you're going to be drinking the Trooper.
Oh, definitely.
More on the protein. Yeah, very very good.
I would give that to man's beer because it has to be paired with a protein.
Yeah, go light on the bread.
Like this is everyone beer. You can drink, like I said, you can drink this with a burger, steak, salad, anything.
Yeah.
That beer will go great with it.
It'll wash it down beautifully.
This beer, man's beer, definitely need a burger with a thicker patty, a steak. I wouldn't do chicken with it, but I would definitely do any red meat,
meat.
with Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Maybe they actually did that way. Whole heavy
Well,
metal.
I mean, I'm sure that ties in, but I'm pretty sure that's a. I don't know. It seems pretty English to me. Nice fat steak and a thick stout.
English? They eat beans with their breakfast.
I didn't say they weren't weird. I'm just saying. This
It's
beer
a
goes
man
good
thing.
with
That's
steak.
like a caveman.
Yeah.
What do you think? Caveman or English? We're gonna have a whole lot of white people. All right, so that's all we got for today. Were those 3 beers? They were fantastic. We're gonna go ahead and try to get another set of 3 beers. You want to continue with the World War II theme or move on?
Sure. I mean, we still have Germany. We have Italy to go through. Russian beer, if we can get our hands on it. And then,
Yeah, there's a lot of different beer out there. All right, so everybody, that is our episode for today from Hyena's Den with Bradley Kerwin and Garcia.
So you can also find us on our well, you still have your personal Instagram going, right?
So we have the Instagram of Hyena's Den, which you can go ahead and go. We'll put the link in the bio. You can find Bradley Curran at...
it's at Mobile Oblivion, which is MOBILEOBLIVION.
It'll be in the links.
Yep.
And we'll find me at Eliseo Garcia, which is my personal. I recommend following, if you like the channel, to go ahead and follow Hyena's Den. Like I said, if you could subscribe and share, that'd be fantastic. I want to
love you forever.
Well, I want to get merch out there, and with our current subscriber base and fan base, there's no real need to get the merch out there.
Come on, guys.
Come on.
I need a shirt.
I mean, wouldn't you like to see right here our logo? We got a couple of them mocked up, and I'm going to go ahead and post them on the Instagram so y'all can choose which one is the best and which one will be the first to get on shirts when we make them.
Yeah, buddy.
And a hat, because I definitely need a new hat. All right, so that's it for today. Take care.